asking you like, oh,
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. All right, let me just put the whiteboard on. I wish Zoom's whiteboards were easier, but yeah, it's all
oh,
right.
that's right. Oh, I mean, you could have just explained it. I could go back if you want and listen
Yeah,
to it if that's
well,
too much.
that's all right. Let me just see if there's a thing for me to draw a triangle. There's not. Like, how capable is Zoom? Like, come on, man. It's a triangle. You don't have triangles here? All right, it doesn't matter. There's a diamond. All right, let's just use diamonds. So, let's imagine that this is like a triangle. Um, so we're going to build them up from from the ground. Did I not just draw that? Oh, perfect. Cool. So here we go. So so where so what Shae, where you did so well on that other call, you asked her what kind of therapy have you done before?
Or did
And
you
from
listen
a
to it?
sorry,
Did you listen to it?
I heard some of it. I heard
Pretty-
some of it.
Yeah.
And
Oh, when yeah.
yeah, when you said that part about like um what therapy have you done before? And then she's like, oh, fuck, I have no idea. Talking therapy?
Mm,
Like, you know what you did? Like, in that moment, she was sold into working with you because in that moment, she realized how much she doesn't know.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you realize, but that was just so genius that you did that. So, so yeah, well done. Well done. Um, so, so here's the most important thing to realize: relationship problems, whatever else, fucking money, business, whatever problems. So CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, I'm sure you've heard of, um,
Mm.
is basically you just fucking talk to them about shit and then you suggest that they change their behavior. That's why it's called behavioral therapy,
Well,
right?
that's what I thought she might have been doing that talk therapy, something like the CBT stuff.
That's what it is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So to answer your question about like, oh, should we do values and whatever? Honestly, Shay, like what's driving her shit is not up here. It's all the way down here. So the
Yeah.
way I describe this, so this is like a male analogy, right? It's not going to be the right one for you, but I cooked this up obviously for the men's program. So I call it like Windows 95, you know? And right now it's 2025 and you're still running your original operating system, you know?
Yeah.
And so our work is about helping you number one, understand. Like, so basically, the symptoms or like the drama, the issues that you're having is because, so it's like right now, um, you're like what's the issues they're having? It's like, um, self-sabotaging, sabotaging relationships, attracting the wrong man, I think is what she said,
Yeah.
or
Commitment
yeah,
issues.
commitment, yeah, all that shit. This is the symptoms, right, of unresolved, unresolved shit here, you know?
Hmm.
And so what we have to do to remediate this is step number one, understand what the base operating system is, right? Like what is the driving underlying principles which is causing this behavior? You with me so far? Yeah. And then it's like do remedial work um, on patterns which are no longer serving them.
Yeah. I
Right?
explained to her the iceberg analogy. Um,
Oh, lovely.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's terrific.
yeah, but that was on the emotions. Like from week two onwards, no problem because I do that. It's just the start that I'm like, what do I go through if I've already gone through that in or get her to do that prior? But yeah, what you're
Cool.
saying, that's kind of makes sense.
Because, see, as I explained this to you, this you could have been asleep and you would have understood this because you know this stuff, right? But she just barely knows this stuff.
Yeah.
So if you look at the week one modules, like I explained this in the week one modules,
Yeah.
to them. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, as a strategy, this is what we got to do. How long did it take me to explain this shit to you? Like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So for your first session, um, I would give her a little bit of this theory, right?
Okay. Yep.
Um, and then it's like, okay, now for us to get to work, um, let's get to work understanding what the base operating system is, you know? Um, or you can come up with like a feminine term for that, the childhood garden or something, you know, you know, so yeah, I'm sure you'll find. So that's going to be our work today. We have to get to work understanding this shit, right? Now, there's one other really important aspect. It's the pre-frames. So,
Mm.
so the pre-frames, so I would say are, by the way, I'm going to send this to you. Tommy, I'm pretty sure you're actually in this group. Knowing me, I would have added you to it.
Yeah, EO and 5P.
Yeah, yeah, you're there. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
So, um, see, Shay, if you click on this and read it,
I'm
um,
still seeing your whiteboard.
this is my whiteboard. Oh, oopsies. Sorry.
I'm still on
Sorry.
the white. Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Like
So
if you
if
click on this, like the triangle.
that's so funny. So if you go to this and read it,
Yeah.
you will see like this book, Shay, um, it's like one of the original foundations for all the work that we know. Like, because it was supposedly written by, the Greek god called Hermes, like not the
And then
bag. Yeah, yeah, we just know the bag. This one. There's a god called Hermes, right?
right,
That's the Greek version, and then this was the Egyptian version. So
right.
apparently, this dude, 30,000 years ago, is the guy that built the pyramids, and he founded this. He shared all this fucking knowledge. And they were called and because his name's Hermes, so they were called. So this is his full name, Hermes Trismegistus. Um, and Hermes, because his name's Hermes, he called it the Hermetic principles. And the Hermetic principles are like the foundations of like some of the best stuff that we know now. See, the principle of cause and effect, polarity, correspondence is like fractal pattern. Mentalism is it all starts from your mind. Anyway, Tommy's gone into ChatGPT. So this book, The Kabbalion, has all of these principles. It teaches it. If you look at even speak to John D. Martini, he'll tell you he derives his stuff from this book. So anyway, Tommy just went into um, ChatGPT and got the summary, and I'd recommend reading this because all the meta frames are right here. Actually, they're right here. I actually feel like doing a course on this, as in teaching a course on all this. Anyway, so to go back to you, how do I go back to the whiteboard? Um, whiteboard. Fuck. How the fuck do you go to the whiteboard?
Don't know.
You don't know? Okay. You're gonna figure it out. Sorry. I'm gonna stop sharing and then it's gonna put there we go, whiteboard. Cool, cool. So the two most important meta frames is how So what I would do, Shay, step number one, if you're asking me what to do in the first session, is this.
Mhm.
Explain this to her, right? And explain at an overall strategy, this is what we're gonna do. Oh, and cool. You with me so far?
I think, yeah.
So step number one, you explain that because okay, because remember in her mind, she's fucked around for months with so much many hundreds of dollars, probably more than $1,000, and all this time speaking to some dumb fucking therapist who doesn't know. No, I shouldn't say that. I'm glad that these people exist. I am speaking to this person about this shit, right?
Yeah.
Right. So even just you explaining, look, I'm not going to spend time fucking around talking about this stuff that much when we haven't solved the root cause.
Hmm.
Yeah. So basically, what I would do is, if you want to open the session, go, Eleanor, how's your week? Blah 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 blah. Great. Well, Eleanor, for us to start, I'm going to take us through a really, really powerful process, and it's probably going to be the first time in your life you've ever done this process. In order for us to do it, I need to help you just get oriented and understand what the overall picture looks like. Is that okay, Eleanor? Cool. Okay. Well, I'm going to draw up this diagram. And I would, if you're comfortable with it, I would draw up a diagram. It's not hard, Shay, to draw a triangle.
Well, you drew a diamond, so
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So I would, or even better, whip out your slides and already have it done and just
yeah.
talk through the slide.
Yeah, okay, that makes it just for the first one. I know when I do it at 500 times, like you, I'd be like, but at the
Yeah,
moment, I'm baby. So I'll do the slide and then just go through I like slides.
perfect. Perfect. No, no, no. Me too. Me too. I think that's where you are adding a lot of value because look at me, I'm just like, oh, this is whiteboard, and you're actually like making something nice. So no, that's an asset, Shay. Definitely do the fun. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so in the slides though, now continues, yeah, what you were
so yeah,
saying.
so you basically explain, Eleanor, like don't say this, Shay, but basically what you're going to be saying is, Eleanor, look, you've just fucked around with your therapist for so long talking about this shit in light blue. But the truth is, the reason it doesn't work is because you haven't actually solved the root cause,
Mm.
right? The root cause is this shit. Now, how does this shit get formed? Like, you may already know this one, Shay, but basically, like, um, as we grow up to the age of 12, we create an initial operating model or set of perspectives about the world, right? So,
Hmm.
um, right, so that's what you have to explain to that first layer. That's already that's the truth, right? You create some yeah, initial perspective about the world, uh, and uh, and the thing is, like you're self-sabotaging, you're attracting the wrong man, your commitment issues, that's all coming from here. But if you don't solve this and you just keep on trying to tell yourself, no, I can't, I got to commit more, at the end of the day, it still doesn't work because at a subconscious level, your mind is thinking differently about it. So you're just giving some overview. So then you say like, so in order for us to actually make a real change, it's pretty important that you say that part, you know, in order for us to make a real and lasting change, we need to, number one, understand what that initial base was that you've created. Number two, we need to do the remedial work on patterns that are no longer serving you. So the root causes of attracting the wrong man and commitment issues and whatever, We have to resolve that. And then we have to then once you resolve it, then we have to install more empowering behaviors and routines and habits. So you're not just doing the surface level work, you're doing the inner work to heal it.
Mm.
So then when you've healed it at the root level and you've taken the momentum and the steam out of the bad patterns, then you have the space, a clean space to make good behaviors. Does that make sense, Elena? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so what we're going to do for the majority of today is I'm going to take you through a process to help you understand your original base operating system or your original base, you know? And then she'll be like, cool. So before we begin, Elena, I encourage you to take some notes because I'm going to show you some prerequisites, some prerequisite knowledge that you need to know that's going to help you um, get the most out of this, right? And then you move on to here. And then how comfortable. So we have two options. Either number one, you just explain taking full responsibility to her, option one. Option two is you explain both how perception works and take responsibility. So, um, have you ever seen me explain how perception works? You know how I do it?
In the because I was kind of just going through, I wasn't listening to every single thing in the modules, just wanted to get an idea. But I
Yeah,
think I listened when you first ever sent it to me, I did listen to it, that one where you were writing it, but explaining it, I've, yeah, I
cool.
probably won't be able to relay it.
So, two simple things.
Yeah.
Number one, I do an activity, which is
Hmm.
look for blue and look for gold. Do you know that activity?
Yeah, like the more you think about something, the more you're going to see that. Or if you desire something like the car, a particular
Oh,
car,
yeah, yeah. I'll
more.
practice it with you right now. Shall we, you and me, we'll practice it, then and then you can practice on me. Yeah?
All right.
All right. So, Shay, I'd like you to look around the room that you're in right now for everything that you see that is blue. Look for blue clothes, blue paintings, blue carpet, blue walls, blue objects, blue bags, blue people, blue food, blue anything you can. Blue. Keep looking around for blue skies, anything you can find that is blue. And close your eyes, please, Shay. Close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Okay. Tell me what you just saw that was gold.
Well, I didn't because there's fucking no
Okay.
gold in my house. I was like, where the fuck
Well,
is
can you look around now? Can you see more gold this time?
Does yellow count as gold?
Maybe.
Because I saw that. I no,
It's
I
funny because
it's
your
gray, it's
glass frames are gold,
rose gold.
rose gold, your hair, there's a
Two.
bunch of stuff. But can you see a bit more gold this time?
I just see a lot of more yellow,
Mm, mm, mm.
but
So
there is definitely no gold here. It's all silver and gray. Apart
but
from obviously,
you at
yeah,
least see more yellow than you did for the
yeah,
first time? Cool.
yeah.
So what that is it's a pretty important thing to understand. It's called the reticular activating system. And by the way, Shay, I'm demonstrating, and then I'm going to get you to do what I'm doing, right? So the reticular activating system is like your your brain. I'm just doing my best to draw, right? So if this is your eye right here, and it's like looking at the world, right? So your brain, when you first were looking for blue, you saw more blue things. When you looked for gold, you saw more gold things, or at the very least, yellow things. So
Yeah.
that function is called deleting, distorting, distorting, generalizing. Why
Hmm.
that happens is actually because if you look at the Encyclopedia Britannica, it's called information theory in the Encyclopedia Britannica. There's 11 million bits of information, of info per second.
Mm,
So 11 mil BPS per second coming into you at any one time, which is too much
yeah.
for anyone to process. So our brain has this function, which is in the back of our head here. It's called the reticular activating system. And that
Ret-
reticular like reticles, like eyes, reticular activating system,
mhm.
right? So that the RAS, I'm just trying to move this thing here. RAS breaks it down from 11 million to, do you know how many it breaks it down into or cuts it down into?
No, but I knew the 11 million bits of
Yeah,
information.
50 bits per second. So
Right.
from this, so these are numbers from the Encyclopedia Britannica. It's like it breaks it deletes, distorts, and generalizes the information from fucking 11 million down to 50. You know, so that is just so much evidence that we are just pretty much not seeing like 99% of what's in front of us. You know, and so therefore we feel limited in our opportunities. Therefore, we see a blue world instead of a gold world. Therefore, we end up like having a self-fulfilling prophecy of like not being good enough or not being able to commit or attracting the wrong person or whatever. We're not really able to see everything else out there and we feel like we have limited options. But in actual fact, there's 11 million bits out there and we've just been focusing on 50, right? And where that 11 this what controls what gets deleted, distorted, and generalized is our past experiences, so values, beliefs about ourselves, beliefs about the world, right?
Mhm.
And where does that come from? This green section here, past experiences, values, beliefs about ourselves, beliefs about the world, it fucking comes from this, right? So that's why we have to do this part. So the final thing I'll say is this. In order for you to get the most out of this process, and why I explained this diagram to you, is the thing that will ruin most people's lives is blaming other people, being a victim. We got to realize there's so much within our control. How we feel is within our control. How we think is within our control. How we act is within our control. You know, there's no situation. We, no one can control your two legs but you. So any situation you find yourself in, you are choosing to focus on it. So there is no use blaming anyone else when so the power is with you in terms of what you choose to focus on, what you choose to think, the stories you choose to tell yourself, and how you choose to act as a result. So what we've got to do is take all the power back to ourselves. We got to see what we can control all the time. And we got to think about how we're perceiving them and the meaning that we're taking. So
Yeah.
how does that sound, Eleanor? And are we good to go in getting to work with this?
Yeah.
To say yes.
And then
Cool.
in that, you just went through perception and take responsibility.
Correct. Correct. The other three, the other two are put in there for completion's sake, but you don't have to worry about that right now. I think this is plenty for that was like 20 minutes, what I just took someone through.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, the powerful thing is especially when you do the look for blue, look for gold thing, then she's seeing experientially, oh shit, like genuinely, like I am seeing more gold this time. I'm seeing, or I'm sort of seeing more yellow this time. I'm seeing more blue this time, you know? And as you said, we can't see yellow or we can't see gold, but we see yellow because that's our brain distorting, deleting, you know?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then you can see if you start to live in a more gold world, you'll feel different, you'll act different, you'll do different things because you're seeing gold things instead of blue things, But all of this starts with this red thing right here, which is where the base is. So how do you feel if we get to work on that, Elena? You know? So what do you think about that, Shae? And obviously this is recorded, so you can play it back and build slides around it and even, yeah. What do you think,
yeah,
Shae?
yeah. Good. But the building slides, I'm actually excited now. I have something to do and do that. So, um,
Yeah.
okay. So great.
Now, how do you prep for, now, two things. Number one, I want to give you a go at explaining this all to me. My suggestion is let's do one right now, and then let's do one once you built your slides, because it's going to help you get more out of it. That's one
Yeah,
thing. And then we have to cover what's the prep work for her. So I can explain the prep work, right? The prep
yeah.
work is this. Um,
So just quickly, so what when you're like, let's do the like you're ready to get to work, blah blah blah, then what do we do then? Like after
then no problem.
yeah,
So her prep work is going to be,
I can't see anything by the way if you're trying
I'm
to show
sorry,
me.
thank you, thank you. So her prep work is we're going to give her these first three questions to just journal on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Then she gets something to do. She gets to just write about all her shit,
Right.
right? And then it'll be a Google Doc. So you'll be able to read it beforehand, right? And so then when you make the transition into understanding what's going on underneath, you're going to say to her, okay, Elena, can we start by you just telling me, like I've read through your your whole question or everything you've written, but that's really for you to just help you get into making sure we cover everything. So do you want to share with me, Elena, what's the things that you're here to work on? Um what did you yeah, what would you like to share to me about everything that you're here to work on now that you've done this exercise, right? And then she's just gonna say her bit, right? And what you're gonna find is the most important things to her. And maybe what you can do is you can ask her, what's the most like highest priority thing that you think kind of impacts you the most or hurts you the most, right? And then she's gonna say, oh, it's this commitment thing with this guy or whatever. Then you can say, now this is when we start the elicitation process, you
Okay.
know? So now you can say, like, what do you think was your earliest memory of feeling this way, or however you want to do the elicitation, you know? And then, okay, well, what meaning did you create about yourself in that initial memory? Cool. What meaning did you create about the world? Cool. Okay. When you were a child, what's the earliest memory you have of feeling this way? Cool. What happened there? Cool. Go through the emotions. Cool. What do you reckon that made? Yeah, there you go. Elicitation done. And then you're going to have like probably 20 minutes left, probably. And then you trust yourself, Shae. Maybe you can do a quick timeline then. You can do a little bit of inner child healing then. But that's a super thorough first session.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Because yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. No, that's good because yeah, I wasn't sure if we were giving her that whole thing to fill out.
Mm.
Um, but if we just give her the first three questions or whichever, and then go through the rest with her in the session, that's what I was a bit unsure about.
Well, the truth is this, Shay. I could totally give her a call and see if I can sell her on Just right now in her current package, all she's done is paid for your sessions, right? And the reason I did that is because if it's an opportunity for me to give you some space so you can get upskilled, then it's valuable to me.
Yeah.
So, but what I so there's another option, which is like I can actually call her and see if she would be down to also buy the online course to supplement the program. You know, but the reason I haven't done that is because if she doesn't have the online course, it puts more on you to have to, create
With
the prep work. Yeah, which is a
yeah,
good
and
thing, right? So
yeah, it's a
yeah,
good thing. I do want to. It's just the first once the first one's done, I'll have way more confidence. Is when it's like proper and it is different to what I knew like in the way and because I hadn't been practicing all the time it
mm,
feels like I'm learning it fresh again
of
not meaning to
course.
scare you but like I understand it but like explaining it is where I'm like fuck
Good, Shay. Good, good, good.
yeah
Well,
so,
I think what would be nice is if you have a bit of time now, is do you want to explain, if you want, I'm going to send you that PDF, sorry, that document, so you have a bit of a guide. Um, Give me 1 second. I'll send it to you on Zoom. Sorry, I'll send it to you on WhatsApp and on Zoom. Cool. We'll do a few rehearsals before your session with Elena, right? This won't be the only one, but I've just sent you on both Zoom and WhatsApp that photo. So
yeah,
the show's yours. You can share your screen. You can do a whiteboard. You can do whatever you want. Hey Shay, it's me, Elena. I need help.
me too no I'm just kidding.
You're funny.
um hang on 2 seconds
All
all
right.
right
While you do that, while you have a moment to prepare, I just need to get back to like 100 messages. So just can
yeah
you just
so
give me can I have 1 moment? Yeah. So you're gonna
yeah
ask me
yeah
something?
am I explaining it from scratch or just from
Let's do
the
a rehearsal. Yeah, explain it from scratch. So this is the beginning of the sentence. Like, hey man, this is how we learn. Um,
you have your minute. I'll have my minute.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I'll sort out Sid first. I'll speak to
Oh
Sid
yeah.
tomorrow. Yeah, I'll handle that. And after I speak to him, only then does he get to organize his next session. Otherwise, he's just yeah. It doesn't matter. That's fine. I'll sort that out. But yeah, I'll keep it in our chat so then you're aware of it. Okay, you ready? I'm Eleanor.
Can I just share what you've done and then I just go through it, like as in, be, yeah.
Whatever
Um,
you need.
how do I share my? Sorry, I've got everything in the way. How the fuck did I share my? I've got every. my gosh, how did I do this last night without issues? Sharing the screen.
It's along the bottom.
Yeah,
Yes.
mine's like went up the top. Sorry, I don't know what
Sure,
I was.
sure, sure.
Um, let's do that one. Is that?
Yeah, that's sharing the screen. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Because there's like different options to share.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is this way the better way to share it than or the one that's just purely the slide?
Slide. Honestly, I would just do the slide just because there's a lot of clutter along the bottom of your thing, and sometimes
Yeah,
we
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want clutter, you know? Do you, yeah.
Oh, down there. Yeah. All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm all yours.
All right. So we're starting from the start. You've come in and we've greeted. Um, how did you go? All right. Action. How did you go with the questions that um the questions, the elicitation questions?
You mean those three questions that you sent me?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that was great. You know, I just wrote everything down and I'm not sure if you had a chance to read it, but
Mm,
yeah, it was good to just get to write everything down.
yeah, good, good. Um, all right.
Maybe
Yeah.
tell her that you did read it.
Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah. I've read that. How did you find it? It was probably a better way. I've read
Cool.
what you wrote. How did you find it? Yeah, a bit
Perfect.
more. Yeah, yeah. Cool, great. So just wanted to reflect back on our first conversation. You were saying you did the talk therapy, and you found that you didn't really get much out of it, and you decided that it wasn't working for you. So there's just this will not be the way to do it, but around about that. Um, I'll explain why that may be the cause of
What I
why.
would do, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I know this is annoying if I'm interrupting.
no, please,
Don't you don't want to throw rocks at the competition in this.
no,
The reason being
okay,
is because it just creates unnecessary fucking talk from her. We don't want to waste time doing that.
right,
Because she might be just because in her mind she's like, fuck, I spent all this money. I don't want to just say it was a complete waste of time. You know, so we just have to I understand what you're trying to do. We just have to frame it in a way that's positive and just go, you know what? Um, I don't know if you know the song Everybody Wants to Steal My Girl, that One Direction song.
I don't like One
Okay, it
Direction.
doesn't matter. Basically, in the video clip, the guy goes, I've seen your work. Today we're gonna take it to another level. So it's just like I've acknowledged what you've done and we're gonna take it to another level. So it's not saying your work is shit, but we're gonna take it to another level. Cool, cool. Shows
Right,
yours.
okay. Um, all right. So I need to figure out how to get to where it says you've been, operating from this
Yeah.
system, and that's
So so thanks for reading my document, Shay. Yeah, it was good. I'm glad I did it.
good, good. So our I have 30,000 thoughts running through my head of what to say. The How am I going to get to this part?
So so what I would suggest say, Shay, is so let me show you how we're going to do this session.
Yeah,
I'm going to start by explaining to you some overall concepts, and then we're going to dive deep into what you've shared in your document. Does that sound good, Eleanor? Cool.
yeah,
Yeah. So, Eleanor, you described in your document these problems. Did I say that right? Attracting the wrong man, commitment issues, blah, blah, blah. You explained these problems, didn't you?
yeah. Yep.
Cool. You
Okay.
good?
Yep. You explain these problems. Well, yep. That. Um, and we want to get an understanding of why these keep happening. And by doing that, we need to understand where it's coming from and why it keeps showing up. And to do that, we need to figure out where it originated from, where, the old operating system. Um, I will better word that.
Yeah. Do you want to start from the top? Like,
uh,
cool. So it's like I read. Cool. You just shared with me that you read the document.
yeah, so I've read the document there. How did you find that?
Oh no, it was good. I'm really glad that. Thank you for reading it. It's nice to know that. It was nice to write it all out. Yeah, and I'm keen to see where this journey goes.
Good, good. Well, from that document, I have taken, just correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I feel that came through the most is that you are attracting the wrong men that just aren't committed. Um, and it looks like that's one of your main things you want to work through and get an understanding of, etc. Whatever comes up.
Shay, that was 100 out of 10. What you just did then, that was so perfect. That was
Okay.
perfect. Because
Yep.
what you just did then is you really made her feel safe. Because you're just like, I read it I read it to the point that I can even tell you this is what you wrote. Is that correct? What you wrote? Yes. Cool. Like she'll be all yours if you did that.
Okay. Cool. All right. So I've done that, and she's agreed. Yep, yep, that's right. Great. And you feel, just to clarify, you feel this has been happening for like over and over and over again. She'll probably say yes.
Yes. Yes. But Shay, in addition, this happened and this happened and this happened and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but I will not let it get that point. I'll be like, you feel like this is happening, and just say yes, like great. I want to talk about maybe why this is happening, because we all operate for. Oh no, oh fuck,
I'd like to show you I'd like to
yeah,
show you why this is happening, the root
yeah,
cause.
yeah,
Would you like that?
yeah,
I would love that.
yeah,
So, Shay, this whole thing about asking permission, I'd like to show
yeah,
you this. I like it just sucks people in.
yeah,
So as opposed to just smashing them with theory, just those little questions of would you like that? What do you think about that? It makes people buy in more.
yeah, yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'd like to show you how that would be happening if that's okay with you.
I would love that.
Great. So, fuck. We all, I won't say that. We all, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I'm so sorry, Jim. We're like, Shay, just do it. Um, we, yes, we all operate from, wow, Shay, what the fuck?
That's all right. I'm doing this on purpose because
Yeah,
I'm getting you to think about it now. So at
yeah,
least even when we finish this call, you'll just be, and then when it comes time for you to put together your slides, you'll be good.
yeah. I know
Um,
when I put it together, I overthink things so much. But overall, I need to explain that it's
you know what? I think I've made your job harder because I realized, like, see, you have a um really good systems and process driven mind, whereas I am so good at winging it, you know? So I probably made it harder for you. So here's what I would do. And
mm,
maybe you want to take notes somewhere, Shane.
yeah,
Um, so it's like so what you just executed fucking so perfectly was that Elena, I read through your document. You found a good cookable. Well, look, as you said in your document, I'm pretty sure you spoke about X, Y, and Z. Did I get that right so far? Cool. Like
yeah,
you've just got her hooked. You saying that was just the smartest thing I've ever heard. Like I don't think I've ever done that, and I think that that was amazing. So to do that, and then let's go. I'd like to show you why this is happening. Because
yeah,
if I can show you why it's happening and we can solve it, at the root cause, we can stop it from happening in the future.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Cool. Would you
Yes.
like that? Cool. Let's do it. So here's why these things happen. What we have driving us in our brain, the tip of the iceberg is these actions that
Yeah.
are upsetting us. But
Yeah.
that's not the actual iceberg itself. The iceberg is it's an underlying framework, or it's an underlying operating system, or it's an underlying base where our actions and behaviors come from. You with me so far, Eleanor? It's just like it's coming from underneath the surface. That makes sense,
Yeah.
right, Eleanor? Yeah. So how does that get formed? That gets formed before the age of 12.
Yeah.
So when we are growing up, we have experiences, and our little brain, Eleanor, you're so smart. You said you wanted to work on the inner child, so you're already clued into this stuff. So our little brain, our inner child, creates an initial framework of the world. It creates beliefs about the world, beliefs about ourselves. It has its initial hurts. It has moments where it says a certain thing to maybe your dad, and then you perceive that your dad is upset with you. So then it makes you shut down and not be like that. And it kind of creates your initial set of behaviors and patterns. Does that make sense? Yeah, cool. So don't worry, we're going to experience this in a second. I'm just giving you the overall context, Eleanor, right? So what we need to do as a first step is number one, understand what this base operating system is. Once we understand it, then we'll be able to see what the issues are, the real issues, the root cause issues. Then we can do the remedial work on the stuff that you feel is no longer serving you. Then, once we've actually taken the steam out of the negative stuff, then we can overlay positive behaviors, positive beliefs, good routines. That's going to be our overall approach. What do you think about that, Eleanor? You know? So do you want to rehearse that, Shay? Don't overthink it. Just come from the heart.
Yeah. So to say that or to go on to the
Let's start with so Eleanor, based on what you wrote, I'm pretty sure you wrote self-sabotaging relationships, threat along management issues. Why don't you start from there? Yeah, you got it, Shay. Just come from the heart. I promise you got it.
yeah. I think because I'm like reading what you wrote, maybe I shouldn't be reading.
Yeah, yeah, maybe don't. Maybe don't.
Um, yeah. So what is wrong with me today? So
I think looking at this is throwing you off, to be honest. But anyway,
yeah,
it
I
doesn't matter.
keep getting from the it's almost like I hear it while you're saying it, but then I forget what you've said when I go and say it.
Okay. Well, it's because you're thinking
Yeah,
too much. I
I
think
think I'm
just
thinking.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
over I'll just say it. Okay. Why am I so
Oh,
fucking ugh. All right.
let's go.
So because I don't want to be wasting your bloody time either. Um, all right, so went through the document, self-sabotage, da, 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 yep. And then we
Yeah.
go, yeah, I'm here to explain why that's happening. And to do that, I've got a little slideshow that I'll bring up. Here it is.
Okay. That sounds great.
So as you can see, and I did mention this in our initial call about, the iceberg analogy, how, for example, like anger's at the top, but there's so much happening underneath. We need to get to what's happening underneath and where we're operating from to then be able to stop what's happening above in the negative emotions that are happening above. No, won't say negative emotions, but we need to, yeah, adjust what's happening above. But in order to adjust what's happening above, we need to fix and sort out, dive deep, get right into what's happening below the surface. And by doing that, first, we need to understand what it is, where it's come from, etc. Um, and how you do perceive everything. Um, I'll say that better. And then we need to, once we have an understanding, we need to do the remedial work on the patterns that no longer serve you, what you've been doing to attract the people and this stuff, and to, especially when we talk about anger, we need to know how, like, what's happening to make us do the thing. So we need to change that. I won't say that. Um, then once we've cleared all that, we've got the understanding, we've done the work on it. Then we need to implement empowering behaviors that will then replace, the old system. So we're going to be upgrading ourselves and our system to something that's operating, and you're getting the commitment, you're getting the true happiness and the authenticity from people and yourself, instead of, anger, the uncommitted. So
That
this
sounds
is why
perfect to me. Sounds perfect.
something. Yep, it'll be a bit better the more I do it.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Um, because I might need to, obviously, yeah, as we the children thing, the child thing
Mhm.
from 0 to 12, I'll need to put that in there too,
Yeah.
um, as well. Um, okay, and yeah, and then now would move into the deleting, distorting, generalizing
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. So basically, after you go through that green section of understanding, those three steps there, then you can say, okay, so what we're going to do in this session is we're going to get to work to understand what this base operating, what this iceberg is of yours, this initial iceberg of yours is. Does
Yeah,
that sound good with you, Elena? Cool. Okay, so in order for us to start, I just need to first help you understand a few concepts. Is that okay? Cool.
right. Okay.
So, so I want to first help you understand how we build up what we see, how our perception works, right? Then you can say, I'm going to give you a practical example. I want you to look around for blue right now. Yeah. Then yeah. Anyway, I have to go, but
Yeah.
I'm sure if you watch back this recording, it'll be a
Yeah,
piece of
like
cake
you've
for you.
said it. So it's just me having, like, go back and
Yeah.
re-listening and then creating the
Yeah.
slideshow. And
I,
then
I,
I will,
yeah. I'm going to show you one skill real quick,
I'll
which I
stop
think you'll
sharing.
like. Yeah. Um, I invite you, Shay, to talk about something with full confidence, even if you are completely making it up, right? So can you see on your Zoom screen or on mine, right? There's some stimulus, right? There's a nice view in the back of your Zoom screen. Um, can you talk about what you're seeing, but just practice talking about it confidently, even if you're making the whole thing up as you go. Is that okay? Do you want me to try
You,
first, or do you want to just do it?
you've done this, we've done this, but I didn't do it.
Okay.
Um, I'm just trying to think what I could maybe use.
No, no. Can you look at something either on your screen or
Ah,
mine, so then I know what you're talking about.
I was going to say this pen, but
Sure,
you
sure, sure.
can't see
You
the
pick up the pen. Use the pen. Yeah, hold the pen and do it on your pen. Do it on your shirt. Do it on whatever you want.
pen. I just wanted to show you this pen that I got from America. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's yeah, I got it from this, like, I found it at one of their yeah. Like,
Cool.
I
So
need to go.
watch this, right? You practice
Yeah,
this skill, so it's important,
I
right?
need
So
to,
let me
yeah,
just get a pen, right?
do
Um,
it so well.
so I want you to remember something. There's upward tonality, neutral tonality, downward tonality, right?
Yeah,
Upward tonality is I want to show you this pen. Neutral is I want to show you this pen. Downward is I'm going to show you this pen. Yeah. So
yeah,
if you want to sound more authoritative, overall
mhm,
practice downward or at least neutral tonality.
yeah,
If you want to lose your authority, but not really lose, you can use all of this. go upward. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, right. But what I'm really trying to show you is that how you speak doesn't have to be tied to what you know. You can
Yeah.
still speak confidently, even if you, so you're just a good, honest person. And
Yeah. That,
that's why you have connected them. And long may that continue. But it's just knowing that you can speak that way. You don't have to necessarily tie them up. So here's an example. So Shay, this is a iPad pen, also known as a iPencil, I believe. Have you ever had one before? If you haven't, don't worry. I'm going to tell you all about it. So this one is white, and I pulled it out of my bag, which is black. So I would say from a color coordination perspective, I have done so well. It's different from the green that I see in your background, which I think is fake. So in a way, this actually is more real than your background. Would you agree? So this is me completely just making up absolute bullshit. But can you see there's no ums, there's no R's, there's just authority. Do you
mm,
want to practice and try? And here's the key. The key is a feminine skill. It's letting go.
yeah.
It's masculine to try and control the whole thing.
Yeah. I'm
But
very,
I have no breaks. Just go.
um,
No more
bro,
ums.
what the fuck is wrong with me?
Just talk about that shirt and just practice taking out. There's no ums, there's no R's. So if you ever want to say or R, just pause instead.
Yeah. Well, you see this shirt? Enrico got this for me, and it's a genuine one. Oh, I'm on the other. I went high then, and it is the best shirt that I've ever had ever in my life. And I don't wear anything but this shirt every day, and it brings me good luck. And it is my favorite color, and it's the best.
This is actually not even a bad start, seriously. At least there was no ums, there was no R's.
No, yeah, I don't know what it
Oh,
is when I practice things with someone.
yeah.
I'm literally like this, but when I'm on it, like proper, I'm fine.
I've seen that. That's okay.
Yeah,
No problem. Well, I think we still did. Look, my battery's about to die, so I think we've done some good practice for now.
yeah,
How about you review this recording? And yeah, and then we can keep preparing. What I
yeah.
will do is I'm gonna quickly send a the first part of this document to Elena.
Can I make it look different?
Yes, I would love that.
Because I don't
Okay,
like the way it looks.
yeah, great. So do you have um so I'm gonna give you this.
You sent me the document. What I was going to just like take
Cool.
the that questions
Yeah.
and
Give
then
yeah, you do it. Give her the first three questions,
yep,
right?
first.
Make it yeah, make it look different and send it to her in the group chat. And then maybe just send her a voice message with the instructions.
Yeah. So the instructions are just fill this out, blah blah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Cool.
Okay. All
Cool.
right.
This is good training.
Yes, yes, it is. I'll get better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're gonna get better. I know. Okay. All right, we'll speak later then.
No worries. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.